Being relatively new to the videography scene, I couldn't shake the fact that even at the lowest ISO possible, there was a lot of noise. Like, not a lot, but like there was some noise. And I wanted to have like zero noise at all. Alright, so game. I've played around with both Cinelog and I've played around with both Cine 4 and S-Log 2 and decided to run some tests on what could be considered usable for my camera. What I found out is that you really need to learn how to expose properly, because noise is gonna be always there no matter what you do, especially in the shadows and dark areas of your footage. To expose S-Log 2, there's a lot of ways people do it. Some people use the histogram and making sure that there's no dark shadows. And a lot of people also say that you have to expose 2 stops above your normal exposure rate. What really helped me the most was grabbing a monitor that I'm using right now. I'm using a small HD focus, and I've used the exposure assist on that monitor to make sure that I'm correctly exposed. Like for example, right now I would be, for this monitor, it would be like the green area, like I should be like green in the exposure assist on my monitor. I don't know what value that is, let me check. Alright, so the exposure value for that, for this camera at least, is around 50, between 50 and 75, so around maybe 60 to 70. I'll show up a diagram of what the values are exactly, but when I'm exposing for a room, I make sure that there's not a lot of purple colors, which is around 0 to 15-ish. If there's any blue areas, and that's okay. So that's what I'm using to expose myself and for when I do my clips. I know some people don't want to have like an external monitor. Maybe you can find a way for yourself, whatever works best for you. So the camera that I used for the test itself was my A6500 with the Rokinon 12mm f2 lens. Also, I shot it at 1/125 at 60 FPS just because that's the settings that I will be shooting at when I'm going to be shooting a real estate video. To maintain the correct exposure, I balanced it out with my ISO and f-stop. I didn't use any ND filters. Why am I still holding this? Playing it back on my computer, you can definitely see the higher the ISO you go, the more noise there are, especially in the shadows. But in the correct exposed areas, there's very minimal noise and you can't even notice it. I also uploaded the clips on video to see how the compression would work for the clips itself, because I know that when you upload it somewhere, it's not going to be always the same. There's going to be a lot of quality loss. And I would say I could go up to 6400 ISO before any artifact shows up in the clips. Alright, for the finale, if you're here for what the title of this video suggests, is Cinelog, why do I keep saying that? Is S-Log 2 worth it? Here is a side-by-side comparison between Cine 4 and S-Log 2 while I was trying to expose for the desk itself, and you can see for yourself how the other furniture is being affected in exposure wise. On the Cine 4 clip, you can definitely see that the bed is completely blown out, and on the roll off between the flat side of the bed and the hillside, the shadows for the roll off is very harsh compared to the S-Log 2. As far as I think if it's worth it to shoot in S-Log versus Cine 4, it's completely up to you. But for me, if you're gonna be shooting real estate videos, the more details that you can preserve, the better your outcome will be. So I hope you guys like this video and subscribe for more. Peace.